I'm like,
Yeah, no, I swear to God, because it's like they were like, we don't want you playing basketball with the Blacks. We don't want you playing dominoes. I'm like, well, how would you like me to associate with them now? Like, what else do you want me to do?
Oh, you played ball in that.
Yeah, I was a hooper too. So I had good paperwork, I had a good grind, and I was a good hooper. So like that's what that's how I got my respect. You know? So
wait, but they let you play ball?
Yeah, bro, they insisted on it. My first day in locked up, I was walking around the yard. I talk about this in the show. And the black dudes were running. It's good running there, too, at OSP. Or no, this was at Two Rivers. And they saw the height, and they were like, get over here, motherfucker.
No, but I mean, the white power guys, they didn't mind?
I mean, I honestly think it was a combination of Jimmy, my celly, and the black dudes. Because they wanted me to run, dude. They wanted me to hoop with them.
Are the Hells Angels separate from White Power?
It's White Power is just a blanket term for white gangs. So there's like the Aryan Brotherhood. That's the big one in like California prisons.
That's White Power.
That's a fucking gangster. If I was in a California prison, I probably would have had to you
have to, right?
Would have to put in work or like go to protective custody or it would have been bad, dude.
And if you go to protective custody, you basically in with the chomos.
You're in with the chomos. You're in with the snitches. All that shit.
So you could argue that might even be worse because now you're just fraternizing with child molesters all day.
Absolutely. And then somebody gets to you in general population. And they say you gotta kill one of these motherfuckers or next time. Exactly. It's stressful as fuck.
But you are doing a child molester.
Yeah, but then you gotta go do life. You know.
Okay, so
I'm not doing that.
So the thing I'm curious about is like, do you think that you handled the stress better because you handled stress outside with the drug dealing? So in other words, you think like your cortisol levels are operating at a much lower level, or you just become acclimated to being in a stressful environment?
It took about a year. It takes about a year to get acclimated in jail, to be like, okay, this is where I'm at, this is my home. You know, you look around. It was honestly the hair loss. You look around all these bald motherfuckers and breathed out, and I was like, that's what's going to make me comfortable. People don't have the commissary. Oh, I started smuggling balloons, $100 fucking hair pills and that's what I do.
Yeah. Oh, you want it now?
Yeah, you too, right? Well, I'm not so trying to do that. Yeah, you know what it is. But look at me.
Like this right here?
I said to a doctor in the valley that we're going to get fucking the hairline's coming back. Next time I'm on here, I'm going to look like the next guy. Are you kidding? I'm going to say, that's just like, I don't know, eyebrows shut. The eyebrows go back. What is it? I'm going to do
obviously what happened in Turkey.
I'm not going to Turkey. I heard Turkey, they're like the kingpins of the
That's like, can you get it for like $3,000? You can do Colombia too.
Colombia is the hair transplants with that's in the business down there. Back when I was balling, this guy who I met there was like, I'm setting up this company where we recruit, chicks from the States who don't have big money. Exactly, a whole nice hotel.
Yeah.
Yep.
They do that with Turkey.
It's unreal.
Yeah.
You would
all your hair. Exactly.
Yeah. You gotta bring it down like a centimeter.
You got some
Not anymore.
Okay, so you get the deal. Let's weed early in high school. Everybody sold real weed. At what point do you jump to make some real money, or this could be a real?
As soon as I found out you could make a living selling weed, that was like I was like,
but you didn't think that people were doing that before?
No. I had no idea. I thought you had to be like, the biggest spot to make any money selling weed. I had no idea. You know what I mean? Because I'm not from that life.
That was a living people that were doing it?
Yeah, it was like a friend's older brother, or my friend's father. He was like, he was like one of these OG guys. He was everything. He was a pimp, sold rap, sold weed, all that shit. He was my first connect.
That's like the Costco of crime. He's like doing everything.
Yeah. He would knock on his door. He'd be lost my virginity to one of his hoes. Yeah, I talk about it in my book. Yeah, it was a bad fucking. I wanted to give them my money. I wanted to give them my money. Like, this is how hookers work.
Wait. Are you into the hookers?
Well, yeah, I mean, when I was a baller, come on, it's easy. Yeah, it's easier, and it's like I'm living that life. You know, I'm in Colombia with like hundreds of thousands of dollars in pocket.
Okay, let's go to the beginning of
So when I found out, yeah, it was just like his father was like, yeah, this is all I do. Is like I basically just sell weed and I pay my rent, and like that was enough for me. You know?
And clearly, this is the interesting thing about it, is you have ambition because you want to do this at a high level.
Yeah.
But you just don't want to have ambition with like a regular legit job?
No. Lazy as fuck. Didn't want to do
laziness.
Yeah.
Okay, because now it seems like you're hustling crazy, so the laziness is gone.
Yeah, I've always been like hardworking and dedicated to something I want to do.
But you're like, yo, these square jobs seem absolutely horrible. I want nothing. I played ball. I thought I was going to play ball legit or in Europe or
Bro,
something.
I was a 90s white kid who thought he was black. I'm talking to the right guy. You know what I mean? Yeah, praise Andy Schultz who let white comedians be black. So,
Someone had to do it.
Come on, baby. So I was like, you know, let's set the camera on out. That was it. Trying to make money. Like I didn't want, like, because I grew up middle class, I didn't want that lifestyle at all. So
Did your dad like hate his job and you saw it and you're like, I'm not going to be that way.
yeah, he kind of did. Like he was a lawyer everywhere, and it was like
Miserable all the time.
And yeah, I just knew from a very young age. And then of course, full and all that shit. We fantasize about all that.
Good movies and music do influence you.
Yeah. 1,000% do. Exactly. Most people don't go off and do that shit though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was just dumb enough to actually like try to go live that.
Yeah.
So you start out selling, you know, nickel and diamond, right? You don't know what you're doing. You do that for years. It's like comedy. You're open micing drug dealing for like 5 years. We didn't make any real money until like 7 years in the game. Like I put in my time. Put in my 10,000 hours.
Now, real money is, give us an example.
Okay, so
You're making a living, right?
It took about 4 years to make like a living where I didn't have to have like a side job. I didn't have to like hustle other drugs. Okay,
This is where I saw some coke or whatever.
exactly. When I was in going to the University of Oregon, sometimes we would buy out, meaning you couldn't get enough supply, right? Whatever, the connect would get fucked up. So we would go to our coke guy and we'd get like a 9-piece, like 9 ounces, maybe get like a half a key, move that, get that off or whatever, sell rooms. So it was kind of like, you know, it was whatever. It was
That coke money seductive at all?
yeah.
Risk is high, but at the same time,
But you could take half a block, which is nothing, and make crazy make, you know, 3 times what you make having to sell 30 pounds of weed. You know?
Yeah.
I think I heard you say in one episode, if you want to sell drugs and make money, coke is still the way to go.
Coke's still the way to go. Coke
Yeah.
is such a good product, and that's why the fentanyl's fucking it up. It's bad for the coke dealers.
Yeah.
It's bad for the brand.
You're right about
It's bad for the brand.
Yeah.
So it's like, but back in the day, dude, it was so like, you know, it still is like it's a drug that middle class people do. It's viewed as acceptable, right? And yes, and it was just, you know, the hardest part is making your hands on good dope. So if you go watch my show, you learn all about how to get underground. I'm coming back still. Okay.
Track the recoil on this one.
Two-step means we would just cut it up like once or twice, very lightly.
What do you use? Use Adderall?
No. Rookie. I just Adderall right up. Like just sprinkle a little bit. So no, we put like some B12 in it, and like some caffeine.
So B12 is just like an energy booster.
Exactly.
They don't even know the difference between getting a natural energy booster and caffeine.
Correct.
And you short them a bit, right? Like
If it was,
3.5 you do.
I like just doing that. Like if I could get a good electron that was fire, like chunked up, locked up, I don't even sell you less of it, but it's fires.
Most people, if they have good experience with it, they're not weighing out on a fucking gram scale. Right? You trust that they have smoke, they go right back.
Exactly. Okay,
so then how did you have the discipline to not face the coke dream? Because the coke dream is where the fucking money is.
Yes, because I didn't. It got so crazy. When you're selling coke and you have good coke, especially in a small town like Eugene, your phone is buzzing all the time. All the time. I mean, class became like a money loss. Like I'd be in learning about. I was lost. So I'd be in there like, and my burner phone is like buzzing off the fucking hook. And it got to the point where I'm like, I either gotta drop out of school or I gotta like fall back from selling coke and just focus on the weed.
Did someone scare you, and that's why you didn't want to do the whole thing?
Well, yeah, we was getting robbed at gunpoint and shit. Yeah, getting jukes.
Maybe bring this up.
Sure. This is what like middle class like thugging looks like. We were in a house on the busiest street in Eugene, Oregon. Let's make it party over there. That house is fucking Broadway. Exactly. Me and
you're a cop, bro.
What? No, I'm saying. I know who is me.
It's the homies, it's guys who are like, it's just my friends. So they're all in school too.
Yeah, but they're all civilians. So it's like I lived like a double life. Like they know what I'm doing. Every crew was a dope, right? Every crew back then had the weed, but everybody else was like just living on the life, you know. Okay. But they bore like the brunt of like the consequences from being with me. So we're playing Mario Kart for the Nintendo 64. Great game, fantastic, bro. And I'm like killing. I'm on like Taco Mountain. I'm like beating my time, my record time. And we hear a knock at the door. Yeah. And somebody opens it up. And they go, "No, my drug dealing partner." Yeah. Right? And we're like, "Yeah, it's in the back." We didn't know who it was. And then we look up from because people are always coming in and out of the house. It's like a college house. Yeah. And we look up, and there's fucking two dudes with ski mats with the fucking joints in their face. Yeah. Just like running.
Oh, it's fine.
But what I'm doing is shaking. Like, these are not pros. Yeah. So we were like, "Hey, take your finger off the trigger, dude. We'll go get it for you."
You were cool in the moment?
Everybody was cool. I was so proud of my dudes. They were just like, "What the fuck?" But you specifically, did you freak out when you're like, "This is it, it's over"? Or you're like,
They need to poke first. They're not going to kill me immediately.
"No, well, I knew most of the work wasn't even in the house."
You pause again?
What's it?
Or is there was some music going in the back?
Okay. Yo, we definitely finished that motherfucker after they left. So but I knew we had a couple pounds of weed in the house. That no problem. But like the real money, the work, there was no way I would keep it in like
where you're at.
Of course not, right? So I was like, cool, not home, but I know where it is. I'll go get it for you. Just gotta give it to them. They fucking bounce out.
Go with them to go get it?
Yeah. Yeah. On my fucking life, this whole time, he's in the bathroom taking his steps. He came out like, "What's going on, guys? You guys calling?" Yeah.
Who's this guy, dude?
Do you have any guns? Yeah. No. There's no point. If you're really yeah, right, exactly. That's what I do to Harlem. You know, you don't need to gun yourself. What's the matter, man? Yeah. But it's like, but that's also double the time, though. So you gotta hedge the risk, right? Like you get drugs, so like that's just a business expense. As long as it's not the law, like you get that up. You know, if you get taken for the whole crap, the whole package, that's on you.
Nah, but the dudes came in. You didn't get the tickets back. Now they can come back anytime they want to. Just
yeah, but what am I gonna do? You know, I'm gonna fuck around and one of these dudes can get shot in the head. You know, it's not. You look at it like nothing is worth that. You know, and it's the difference between selling drugs in the ghetto. It's like that we have kids to feed, and these dudes will kill you. So it's just a whole different thing.
So at that point, you have to start going, all right, if we're going to scale this up, we either need to partner with some people that will protect us, right? Or we protect ourselves. That's a little bit ahead a little bit, right?
No, we have to move up from all street sales. No more.
Oh, the street deals where it gets fucked.
Of course, and the you know, because at this point we're selling coke hand to hand, and we're maybe like mid-level dealers for weed, so we're giving it out to dealers. We're the dealer's dealer. Right. Those dudes that robbed us were working for us. We found out later. Yeah, they were working for us, and they just wanted. They were like, these dudes are pussy. They ain't got no heart. We're gonna go take this one. It's like, what is that? Once.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, I'll starve your ass. You know, so it's like, that's stupidity, but we were like, yeah, it's not out. Like, it's got to be, we're only dealing with 2 or 3 years.
So if it's cartel you, at the point where you bring stuff directly,
At this point, I'm not saying this, so we're going to work up to that. I'm dealing with, I call them the rednecks. And so the best pot in the entire country, the best outdoor weed out, right? NorCal and Southern Oregon. Southern Oregon is actually, you know, and I'm up filming with dudes who watched Ice last month, and they were like, oh, you're from Portland? That's where we used to get our shit. That was the best So we were getting it from the rednecks, picking up maybe 10 pounds at a time, right? And we're just selling locally. But I'm like, we're going to get rich. We got to start moving across the country. That's where the markup is.
if UPS had the same thing,
But they sold more drugs than Pablo Escobar. Bro, they're delivering meth right now. You know what I mean? It's like, with a smile, dude. On time.
like you just want a dime back.
Of course not.
You're not gonna wait.
Yeah.
But there would be no person-to-person interaction, and you have the government to handle all that.
And it's the separation, which I like. So I never got caught with any work. They never found me with any drugs. And I think it's because I created that barrier between myself and the customer.
Yeah, okay. I so the weed is coming from Southern Oregon,
Northern California. Yeah.
You're getting the weed from the rednecks.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. And then, you know, just through happenstance, we ended up meeting a guy who introduced us to these Mexicans that were from Sinaloa, which is where it was the beginning of the weed industry. Yeah. Like they made Sensimilla. They figured out how to make the bud with that Sensimilla. You speak Spanish without seed. Yeah, they were the ones who fucking figured that all out. They're the best growers. Yeah. They're farmers. Back in the day, you know, from the 90s through, you know, a couple of years ago, they would send members, lieutenants, up to Oregon and Northern California to set up grows, to set up these huge thousands and thousands of plant grows
so
up in the forest.
Locally there.
Exactly.
They just have the good product to grow.
They have the expertise.
They're like the Monsanto of weed.
Yes, yeah.
And it's all about the seed, right?
Of course. And they're the ones that are willing to go high into the middle of nowhere in the mountains, and they can rig irrigation to make it go from whatever water source, whatever river is, you know, up the way, and they're able to like make the sunlight hit the plants through the gigantic trees, and it's like brilliant. And then what you do is when they find guys like me, they dip it off and they send all the profit back to Mexico City. No, I paid to meet them.
Okay. This is fun.
Yeah, bro. So I hit.
Give me this happenstance. What really happened?
So, one of the guys who had introduced us, one of these white boys from Southern Oregon, who actually initially introduced us to these rednecks, they were getting out of the business.
The rednecks said, we don't want to be in it.
Correct. They just made enough money, you know? Which never happens.
It's very rare, right?
Never happens. So he happened to know a guy, a Mexican guy, Mexican-American, grew up here, and his uncle was one of the guys growing these big CLO operations.
Now, just so I can get this right, he's growing in America.
Correct.
All owned by CLO.
All owned by them. And these motherfuckers, bro, not only they don't speak English, they don't know what state they're in. They know they're on the West Coast. They don't know where the fuck they are.
They get in. What is East, of course. Or they're just growing over.
They're growing in the middle of the forest. They're like squatting on the land, growing in the middle of the forest. quit sending their guys up here
Right.
to do that kind of shit.
Yeah.
But dude, it's wild. I was locked up with a dude, Mexican dude from Colima,
Yeah.
close to Sinaloa. He was telling me that he was working on one of these grow sites. Like, the place that is locked up raided. He ran into the forest, got away, and made it back to Mexico.
Oh, wow.
With you having shoes on fire.
Wow.
Find his way home, dude. Give a horse his head, he'll find his way home, dude. Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
It's okay. So they're setting up these things. Let's meet this guy.
Yeah, well, yeah.
If you're able to communicate with these guys, there's a little bit more trust, maybe?
Yeah, actually, it's even less trust. I found out. Speaking Spanish. Oh, of course. These motherfuckers.
You're like, you spent 6 months in Colombia.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I studied in Argentina, you know. Like,
I'm figuring that if you were DA, they'd send you down to be one of these, like, what's it called? Narco, tráfico, whatever, guy?
DA, all these dudes speak perfect Spanish, so, like, they were immediately like, what the fuck? And my boy who was with me was like, no, he's cool. Like, look at this student ID.
Yeah.
That was like a quad. Not a fucking DEA.
Okay, so how do you convince them?
Money.
Okay, here's the go. How much did you spend?
10 stacks. Just 10 racks just for the intro. But I'm like, I told my partner, I'm like, dude, it's worth it. I think we're onto something. So,
How'd you hear about them from the rednecks?
no, yes, the guy who was involved with them, and he was a Mexican kid, but he grew up in the States and had this connection. One of his uncles was working in this grow, so I was like, just take me down there. I went down there, didn't even buy anything the first trip, right? I was like, just let me, like, what's the ticket? It's official, okay, 2,000 a pound. Okay, I'll be back with 80 grand. Give me 40 of those things to start, and then I got a guy who's going to buy them for 35.
Was there any point as you're about to link up with the cartel that you're like, oh, this is where it gets too big. This is a bad idea. No. There's no inner self-dialogue like, oh, the cartel is not going to fuck
Are
you.
you weirdly thinking it's safer? Because you're cutting out more interactions. The more people that know, the more chances you go down.
It was, of course, yeah. I was like, I was like, yeah. This is not only safer, but once I met the dude on the East Coast, that was like, he was like, how much can you give me a pound for? 35. That cheap? I was like, we're about to get rich.
You're buying for 2,
Selling it for like
flipping 4.
yeah. And if he was buying it in bulk, like 10 or more, I give it to him for 3.
It doesn't matter.
Exactly. If I'm making 1,000, 1,500 profit per piece, and we're doing 40 or 50 of those a week, it's $1 million plus. So, and that's when my friend was like, I'm gonna get out. I think I'm gonna walk.
Because he made how much?
He made, dude.
First of all, how much are you making a month on this at the height?
So 80.
You're making 80 grand a month.
80 after expenses, and you know what I mean? I'm averaging. Some months were better, but I want to say
You make $1 million a year.
That's about it.
Exactly.
$1 million a year. Okay.
Exactly.
So Reggie, you make $1 million a year for how long before Reggie goes, okay, I think I'm good?
No. I bought him out before any of this happened.
Wait, you bought him out?
Yeah. He wanted out.
And then he also wanted to be bought out? That's a weird thing to buy someone out of an illegitimate business.
It was just out of respect.
How much did you give him?
I gave him 20 grand. Yeah, because the re-up back then, like what you have in the pot to make your re-ups, your buys, it was about 40 or 50 grand. So like, here, this is your half anyways, you know? And we didn't really know it was gonna hit like this. Of course, you're like, when you think you're onto something, you're like, I think we're gonna get rich, but we didn't really know.
How did you find the guy on the East Coast?
Yeah, this is the most white boy way.
I love it.
Yeah,
Amazing. Aren't white people the best?
dude.
I have so many friends.
I got out and I didn't miss a beat. Yo, so I'm studying at rugby.
Rugby.
Andrew, it was Paul. I was studying in school. Right, STDs, all that shit. So yeah. So I was like, oh, I get credits by just like studying. So I was like, oh, if I do this, I graduate on time. So I studied in Argentina for like 3 or 4 months. So I'm taking it. My best friend down there was a dude from Philly. You know, just one of these like dirty Philly kids, right?
Yeah.
Just fucking the worst. White people in Yeah. Pounds for how much? You know? And he, all of his friends were connected. They were all like either their parents were mobsters. No, connected like the garbage business, like mafia. Yeah, that's no. Is that the sign?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sure.
You wouldn't know. But all those dudes are into drugs now. Like the mafia's long since like relinquished like that we don't sell drugs policy. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't know if that was ever.
Guys like Meyer Lansky was never like we're gonna sell drugs. You know what I mean? Gambling, women, all that
How dare we get it's a turf war, dog. It's a turf war.
Yeah. So,
You're good.
I'm sorry.
You're
so, so he was like my best friend down there. We're going out drunk, all this bullshit, and it was surreal. He was finally like, okay, so you're buying everything. I have my own apartment. Like I didn't even live with a family down there, right? You know how most students like have to stay in like a studio apartment with 10 people. I was like, I'm just gonna go get my own high rise on the river, baller shit, right?
Yeah.
And so he was like, what the fuck, Like, he game recognized game. And I was like, yeah, that's what I do, blah, blah, blah.
You were doing it while you were there?
No. I gave him, I would take a hiatus.
Gotcha.
The money's always moving. Yeah. And he was like, oh, yeah, my friends, what's the school in Temple or whatever?
Yeah.
All their parents are fucking mob dudes and all that shit. And yeah, that's just what they do. It'd be wild if, you could get them their weed. They'd probably pay.
This guy is smooth.
Yeah.
You see how subtle he's asking you to do it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, he's a pro. This kid.
Pick up on that at all.
Yeah, he's a pro.
So I was like, oh yeah, that would be crazy.
I think he might be,
Yeah.
So, that's wild. And we just didn't think about it, right? Didn't think, I'm like, oh, that's crazy. Like, how do you move product out there? I gotta pay somebody to drive it out there. He's just gonna steal it. Like, you can't do that. Okay, drug trafficking. Come on. So, but then 6 months later, we graduated, and I'm watching this I think it's a CNN expose on how people traffic weed through the net. And I was like, oh, you thought this was going to deter me? This is a fucking video, This is what my show is, right? So I was like, okay, let's see if there's something here. And it's, little by little, start with ounces of
Doing this through USPS or UPS or all three?
Okay. All three. So there's the USPS, post office. Yeah. There's FedEx. There's UPS. UPS is the worst. They're fucking FedEx. Okay. Don't call me the those motherfuckers steal so much money. They know. They just know. Scumbags work for them, and I guess they don't take them down when they leave the sorting warehouses wherever they go. We had several boxes with 10 or 15 pounds in them. Go up weeks later to the address.
I want to get a friend of mine's in the cereal business, and they're shipping cereal around. All of a sudden, they get a call from one of their, from the police or something somewhere, and they go, hey, we had to pull over your truck, or Uber just flipped. Okay, we had to pull over the Uber free, and because there was drugs in your shipment. And then they go, what? They go, yeah, there was a lot of drugs. You had a few pounds of cereal, then drugs, and then more pounds of cereal, right? And then they're like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. They start pulling back into their shipping logs, right? And they would find it, the cereal would make it to certain destinations, but only like half of it. And then a week later, the other half would show up. And basically what the shipping company was doing was taking out, using the drugs, using that to get the drugs around, squeezing in between, but still making sure all the shipments got there. So you would be able to oopsie the other half was on different.
Brilliant, because
Fucking smart.
it's brilliant.
Uber. Uber's the one doing free.
That's one of the things I recommend in episode 18, how to move drugs efficiently.
Yeah.
You use one of those like third party. Huh? Episode 18. Thanks, Dove. Appreciate it. That would have been nice 45 minutes ago. Yeah, that's the problem. And they can't put it on you. So if you own a shipping company, it's like, I just got a good sale. You know what? People bring together. So it's like, and that's why I got him who he was, because he perfected how to distribute, to smuggle bulk through, illegal freight trucks across the board.
All right, guys, we're going to take a break for a second, because, listen, you got to be entering the new year, we're almost in March. If you're not in clothes that give you confidence right now, then it's a problem. And you can be. Thanks to our sponsor, True Classic. You'll have everything you need to enjoy. Take it slow, treat yourself to something nice. For a limited time only, you're going to get 25% off with the code FLAGRANT at TrueClassic.com. I'm telling you, when it comes to these men's essentials, they got you. You want the sweats, you want a little something to work out in. Listen, my body hasn't changed in over 20 years of working out, but I'll tell you this, I look comfortable, okay? I'm feeling good in there. I'm not getting rashes or nothing like that. My clothes aren't scarring me up like some of these awful workout things. You got True Classic is holding me down so I could work out and somehow not burn calories. The point is that if you got a weird, fake body, they also got stuff for you too, okay? True Classic's team designed shirts to make fellas of all sizes out here feel confident in their clothing. They give you the wide shoulder and the taper bottom look we're all looking for, and the quality of the t-shirts is elite. True Classic offers other menswear as well. Their activewear line makes physical features more flattering, okay? And their fabrics are engineered for high-quality, intense workouts. They also release new button-downs and chinos, which are perfect for a nice night out. And you can never go wrong with their classic comfort collection of ultra-soft tees, briefs, hoodies, and more. Look, guys, if you're a big motherfucker out there, okay, they have the long options for the tall guys. XXXL. Classic also has a 100% risk-free guarantee with a 30-day return policy. Think about that. The response to tees are overwhelmingly positive with over 200,000 five-star reviews. So remember, get 25% off TrueClassic.com with the code FLAGRANT. That's 25% off with the code FLAGRANT plus free shipping included on purchases over $100. New York, new me, and new tees, thanks to True Classic. Now let's get back to this. All right, guys, we're going to take a break for a second. Listen, I walked into a street sign once. It was my fault, but it wasn't my fault because the street sign was bent crooked. Like that. Okay? I'm paying attention to my girl last time I did that. I was paying attention to her, telling me a story, completely focused on her, and boom, smack right into a pole. Listen, if you're ever injured, check out Morgan & Morgan, the official law firm partner of the UFC. They're flagrant. Okay? I'm telling you, they got over $15 billion recovered for clients. Morgan & Morgan has a proven track record of fighting to get you full and fair compensation. Also, their fee is free unless you win. Think about that. I didn't even have to pay him nothing. I could just told him the whole story. Boom. Was the sound it made. I could have told him the whole story. All I'm trying to say is that that is why they're giving 2 tickets to UFC 25 Las Vegas to see John Jones and Cyril Gane go at it. Listen, to learn more about how to enter this contest, go to morganufc.com/flagrant. That's morganufc.com/flagrant to win 2 tickets to the UFC 285. You know you want to go there. Let's get back to the show. Stand-up news. Calgary, I'm coming. August 27th. I booked 1 show. That's it. And for some reason, I decided it was Calgary. I know we had to cancel a few back in the day, but I'm coming. I'll see y'all August 27th. Go to dangerousfilms.com. You get tickets for that. It is part of the Great Outdoors Festival. So it's going to be so that's really what makes somebody special. That's the most difficult part. Anybody can pop. Somebody told me about that. I was talking to somebody about Escobar. And my understanding of Escobar was the genius was this the way that he got over that. What was the girl's name? She was like the cocaine cowgirl or whatever. I think Griselda. Apparently, she was like, I need this much coke in Miami by tomorrow, or something crazy.
She walks out the door.
Please, there. Like, if you do it, you're in, and if you don't, you're not. And he just had the ability to make these things happen.
Yeah.
It's funny that distribution is like Amazon. That's what I was about to say. It's like Amazon. You win the game through getting the product, of course. It doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah.
There's just way higher stakes here.
But back in the day, it was easy. Escobar could literally fly a plane and land it in Miami. Now you can't do that anymore. So it's really the game is.
That shit about the OGs. Yeah.
Oh, the fucking which ones? A lot of them. We're going to film with her son, Corleone, next week in Miami. Yeah. We're doing all right. So, but the Mexicans have made, the Colombians work for the Mexicans. Okay. Yeah, let's go, right?
They're number one. They're number one.
Thank you, bro. They're the best Latins, for sure. You know?
I was talking about the story. You have a YouTube series?
Yeah, do that takeover.
What number? Yeah.
But it's at the point now where, it's like the Colombians are begging people to give the Mexicans to take their coke because the Mexicans got fentanyl. Of course, they monopolize the land border. It's us or nothing. Plus, they have fentanyl and coke. They're selling weed still. So it's like, what can you do for me? So we were down filming in Sinaloa. Barrel jumped off last month. We were in Culiacan. I got this rosary actually from a sicario that was guarding El Mayo. It was the last remaining senor from the old, Kingpin era.
You spoke to him?
No. We could never get that close. We spoke to his bodyguards.
And they're cool to talk to you? They
off camera. They didn't let us film. They're off camera and shit. Yeah, we talked to them.
How do you know what you can and can't get away with?
Well, we're kind of learning as we go. We're learning
saying the name of the cartel, and I'm sure people know they sell drugs.
Yeah.
But you just saying I sold for them, probably not the best look. Are they upset about that?
No.
You're the
We all want to be,
So it's on some movie with Denzel. Where's the fucking American Gangster? And what was prolific about him was his ability to stay low profile. They marketed this part of the movie as hey, you want the attention? It's only the other thing that these guys, despite having all the riches and all the liberties and all the freedoms, they still want.
It's not enough. They still want ego. They still want attention. They want man. What is man really driven by? Money, yes, but people want respect. They want in anything you do. So it's not enough to live in the shadows. It is to the old guys, right?
They understand.
Correct. And Miles Zavala, who's sicarios we talked to, he's the last guy because there's only 3 existing photos of him. And he's probably connected with CIA and he feeds the cartel, he feeds the government, other cartel leaders. This is what you don't know about. This is drug cartel bosses. Every now and then, just like when Frank Lucas wore the mink and he got a little too hot. Yeah. Every now and then, somebody from the Mexican and United States government will see a guy and he's getting too big. He's getting too hot. Exactly. We got to feed you somebody. And Zambada's been feeding. He fed them Chapo. He fed them probably they're all and Chapo. Exactly. And they don't look at it as ratting though. They don't look at it as snitching. It's just part. It's business. It's part of how they don't look at it
because they're at the highest levels where they're already interacting with the police. They're already interacting.
The police know all of it.
So it's like the idea of not talking to the police is 10 levels below.
No, in fact, you must, because the cops will come to you. If you're a governor in Chihuahua, and I'm the boss, you come to me and say, look, I'm having a problem with these gangbangers. They're dropping bodies, all this kind of foolishness. Plus, I need the road.
So much attention.
Exactly. Plus, I need some roads paved. Plus, I need a new water supply, for the town. What can you do for me? And then that's how I say, I'll take care of all of it. But now my drugs need to move through your state unfettered. In fact, we need the military to protect it. And that's how drug routes are established.
Okay.
Okay?
Are the cartels...
I know, my nipples are hard.
This is great. The cartels in Mexico almost similar to like big tech in America, and where like the business has just grown so big and it's so important to the government that it has to bind together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Probably.
Like for example, like Facebook, it's like you work with the government. You have to.
Yeah,
You're not an
of course.
independent company. Like
No,
if a politician wants something, they make the phone call.
Right. Yeah.
And I imagine Mexico, these conglomerates are so massive, they're so dependent, both of them.
Yeah.
That they kind of work together.
Oh, absolutely. They're completely interdependent. Completely. I mean, they just arrested a guy who used to work for the former administration, the last Mexico president.
Okay.
Guy, the Secretary of Defense, was taking hundreds of millions of dollars in bribes from Chapo. That would be like Hillary Clinton. She was working for Obama.
Yeah.
Dealing with whoever gets criminal.
So if you're someone like Chapo that's like maybe underneath one of these other guys, how do you not get clipped? Like, how do you keep yourself from getting fed?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, man.
And how do you
keep a
respond
low
to
profile? You keep a low profile. As soon as you, like El Mencho, you've heard of that guy? He's the guy that, the competition to Sinaloa is the Nuevo Jalisco cartel.
Yeah.
And they're the guys out of Jalisco.
Yeah.
And Mencho is their leader, and he's getting way too hot. Now they're coming for him. If he's not already dead, they're like actively looking for him.
Like they need the government and another cartel, or just the other cartel?
Just the government. Just the Mexican government. Because they need support from America. And America's like, look, we're going to give you all of these stimulus for your economy and for your military, but we need to handle this. So why did Joe Biden went to visit Mexico last month. What happened 3 days before he visited? They came and snatched a video out of Vietnam.
Wait. So break down this relationship. Support from the United States for other fronts, not drug-related. We're geopolitical partners, and we need to have like certain political wins in order to curry favor.
Yeah. It's all about appearances.
So we need to look like we got this drug shit under control.
Of course.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
So if you're not top dog,
You're fine.
you're either fine or you're getting clipped.
If you
It's almost like there's like a nice comfortable like middle ground.
Absolutely.
And a
guy told me just that. The guy who's around who they found was like, nobody wants to be shot. Nah,
you
you're
gotta
kidding.
blast through. You gotta blast through that dangerous spot.
There is
and then
no
come for one.
doing that.
No, but you need the escape velocity. He's right, because if you get to the point where you're interfacing with the government and you're keeping shit cool and you're the one feeding the new folks, it's great.
Yeah.
But breaking through that
it's
terrifying.
And in my opinion, there's no more because the old days are gone. Everything's decentralized. There's radar everywhere. The satellite can pick up your license plate from space. It's just everything is too.
So in other words, there's the technology to arrest whoever we want.
Exactly.
In a moment's notice.
Yeah.
So if anybody is pushing weight, it has been allowed.
Yes, and you cannot become like one of these like grandfather kingpins anymore. Like you're just gonna get caught. You're gonna get popped.
Without
before
the
that
grandfather
happens.
kingpins, is Mexico any safer? And like the way we look at it, the cartel runs everything. It's dangerous. Does that a lot of that go away with people not trying to be top dog?
I feel like it's worse. It's probably worse. Yeah, because everybody's when there's no structure up top, all the rats are trying to grab that cheese. So it's going. Now this came in the video. Yes, now you're gonna have warring parties go in there.
So it's almost better that all the illegal activity is done by one group.
A couple of them, yeah.
A couple. That's kind of how it works up in Canada, where like Like the Cambodians will handle the illegal gambling, and the Italians will do the this, and the Chinese will do the that.
As it's monopolized, you can bargain.
Yeah, and everybody kind of knows each other's space.
Yeah.
And they're fucking Canadian about it.
Yeah.
They're not like too disrespectful.
Fucking annoying though.
It is, but it stays safer.
Yeah.
When everybody's beefing and going after it and thinks that they're going to be top dog,
Of course.
that's where you get people starting to get murked.
Of course, but you can't be top dog in Canada. You can't be top dog in America. There's no real kingpins because you're always getting it from somebody. In Mexico, when
If
you
you
own the
control the
factories,
supply.
you control the manufacturing, dude. Like, it gets no higher than that. So that's what being a kingpin really is.
You have to own the supply. You have to own the distribution.
They control how much product gets shipped up. When you literally control the price, that is a cartel. That's OPEC. That's oil.
Yeah, you're like Federal Reserve. You can make the prices of shit going in and out.
But now, hang on to your britches. Now what's happening is even that is getting flat.
Why?
Because as the world gets decentralized, the cartels are no longer monopolizing every level of the drug chain. So it used to be where the Sinaloa cartel had pretty much everybody on payroll. I pay the drivers, I pay the mules, I pay the workers. I have people in the United States receiving the drugs to distribute it and send the money back. Right? It's not really like that anymore. It's all independent contractors. You're a trucker from Culiacan. I got a load of fentanyl that needs to make it to the border. And I have the truck rent. I will pay you for your services rendered. Then, and this is according to Luis Chaparro, our good friend who works for Vice News. He's the number one cartel journalist in all of Latin America. So this is not me talking. This is from him. It's years of study and being down there embedded. You're a truck driver. You will move it to the border. Then an American will meet you, pay for the drugs wholesale, and they will mule it across the border.
And then all these people are completely separate.
Exactly, and it makes it impossible to take an organization down that way.
So it is. The fact that it's decentralized creates more security for the people in charge, but there's less control over what happens with the drug.
Of course.
And that's where you get fentanyl closer into the code. That's where you get other people snitching. So the risk is the snitching. You have a barrier between you and them.
Exactly.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah.
I'm curious with the cartels, the fentanyl stuff was happening with the coke.
Oh yeah. Well, I asked about that a ton down.
What they said?
Right? They don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I mean, they kind of give a shit. But like, I was like, you guys feel bad at all? And they were like, oh.
No. No, I'm not concerned about feeling bad. I'm more concerned about
About the product. Yeah. So
we went to Burning Man, right?
yeah.
And like,
you guys were fucking treating your noses.
well, no. Like, I did coke once out there. That was the only time I've ever done coke. I'm not a big.
How'd you like it?
It was awesome. Yeah, it should be this popular. Right? It's like seeing a comic that, like, you've heard is good, and you're like, oh, he deserves it. It's not exactly what I wanted him to do. But what I noticed from everybody was that the casual drug went from coke. I mean, I've gone to Burning Man a bunch of times. It was coke only to ketamine.
Yeah.
And the overwhelming reaction to coke initially was like, oh yeah, I don't trust the coke. Or, we gotta test the coke.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm a cartel boss that makes money off of coke, I'm going, we have a marketing issue right here.
Yeah. Actually, I take it back. You're right, because what they've started to do is when they send fentanyl pills up to the border, they are starting to make them pink. So
You can't crush it into the things that
when you do,
you'll see that.
when you're sniffing coke on the U.S. side and it looks a little pink, stay away from it, because that means a dumbass dealer has crushed up fentanyl and mixed it in with his powder.
Now you're helping people. Yeah.
Come on, bro. I do what I can, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah.
That fentanyl shit is game over, right?
Game over. I had friends die for it.
Yeah, real
My
sad.
favorite barber died. That's why I'm rocking this bullet. I don't know what's. I'm like, loved one, bro. 7 years, this asshole, you know? Like, kick the bucket, just one line, right?
Brothers blown pro.
Yeah.
Yeah, we lost a couple comics that went.
Yeah, exactly. And not the comments we wanted, you know? So, it could have been hard, you know?
Because I used to do it very low, like one
Just
time.
talking about it right now. How I want to get back.
Oh my god.
Great lesson.
Talking jail, so I don't even see it.
You got that shit out the way.
Well, it's like how an alcoholic who goes to AA meetings and talks about, man, remember when I used to black out and wake up with a dick in my mouth? Like, he does that to remind himself
The horrible thing.
exactly, or just to get it out. Because they love talking about alcohol and drug stories. That's kind of why I do this, you know, because I love talking about things when I rush, and then I can go back.
Here's something I have no
So I picked up on this and I listened to you talk and listened to your stuff on YouTube. You were super disciplined when you were doing this.
Yeah.
Like, you could have been very successful being legit. You said that wasn't for you. I understand that. Why did you go comedy afterward? Is there a similar feeling you get somewhere?
Well, of course. It's a complete risk. When you're on stage, you're walking this tightrope, and you can die at any moment. Right? It's the same kind of rush. It's the same kind of rush. Like when you get a back, you can't describe it. It's like the hardest you've ever killed on stage.
Right.
When you know that a box of 20 pounds of weed has just made it to Washington Heights, right? Because I was working with Dominicans up there too. When you find that out and you're like, so many people are going to be getting high off my shit. I did this. When you open up a box and $70,000, $100,000 falls out of it, like it's just Wall Street, bro. And that's how I got knocked. That's how I got pinched. Oh, money coming back. Yeah.
Okay. Before we get to you getting knocked, just
Sorry, we're on a tangent.
okay. So you establish this relationship with the Italians. Okay. When do they trust you? Because they got to vet you. This is old school mafia shit.
No, but their kids are all, private school kids. They're all,
They get soft.
yeah, of course, they get dumb. They're fucking breaking all the rules. Nice kids, but they're idiots. Come on, they're Italians.
Yeah.
Remember that thing we were saying about white people?
Yeah.
And they're from.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. They're guineas from Philly.
Yeah, exactly.
So, thank God for Italians.
Yeah.
It's just the last
Cool white people.
freedom. No, it's the last. We can be racist. White people can still be racist against. Yeah, it's cool, But they like, I would open up a box or a UPS package with 20,000. So it was like 20 grand in it, and it would just reek of weed. It was just I'm like, I could smell it through the box practically. Like it's like you guys are like smoking blunts and
Counting.
money. I'm like, you gotta send my money the way I wrap your dope.
That's kind of romantic. It's like when you spray a letter with cologne, You're like,
So yeah, that's ultimately the way I got pinched. Was that a dog in a FedEx facility popped and they put a little tracking device in there and then followed it to Portland, Oregon.
Damn.
So it was a complete happenstance. It's like they had no idea what I was doing. There was no
Crazy.
exactly. There was no big time setup on me.
Now, did you get a phone call or like not even a tip? Like, did somebody back east go, "Hey man, how you feeling about this case?"
Oh yeah, like they thought I might have been in there singing. Yeah, no, I never heard from them. But I mean,
Really?
I never heard from them. But when I got out, I got a phone call from a few of them, and they were like, "Thank you."
Oh,
You guys
that's fire.
kept the game tight.
That's
Appreciate it.
fire.
And they were like, "Sure, if you want to get back to work, like we can do that." So I can get back in the game in a minute. I'm connected in Medellin. I can go get a brick for $2,000. I can get $2 a gram. Think about that.
Even now, with talking about the game so much on YouTube and everything like that, they would still do business.
No.
with
This
you?
is when I got out 10 years ago.
Oh.
This is when I got out 10 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm too famous now. I'm too popular.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that's how that imploded.
What happens-
Just getting lazy, getting sloppy.
Before you got popped, was they're sending you and shortchanging you? Do you have any recourse about that? Like the people that you're working with, if they don't send you the full amount?
If you're $20 short, I'm Scottish. I'm a cheap motherfucker.
Yeah.
Short me $20. Yeah, nothing's getting sent.
Has that happened before? You got to call them up and be like, "Hey, are you counting wrong? Like, what's up?"
I mean, I met a few guys who I thought were going to become buyers, like in Ohio, and I would ship them a pound. Just to test it out.
Yeah.
But it's like whatever. Jesus, remember it's business.
It's a write-off.
It's a write-off,
Yeah.
Like in the game, you're gonna have to take risks.
I know this would take longer, but why weren't you just driving?
I know, because it's just like how can you move product that fast?
But it's less risky.
Yes, but also they have checkpoints on major highways. I wouldn't have a car on my car, but like I would.
That's This is my cover, by the way. Like, like that.
This is like a guy who arrested me. No bullshit. This looks like a fucking guy. They all dress like you. Like, dress like they ain't got no money.
This is like sporty athleisure, you know what I mean?
No,
Like,
I'm not saying no. This is like a good dress down thing. You know what I mean?
Bomber jacket, gonna pour the milk on me. You gotta go in the bathroom real quick.
When I got arrested, I offered, I tried to bribe the cops and shit.
Wait, really?
Yeah, of course, bro.
How often does that work?
No, I'm over one. But it's not the feds. It's just three
Local PD?
Bro, it was the local vice. So I was like, this is the time to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, look at motherfucker, you're looking at $500,000 in cash right now. Your boss is not here. None of the boys are here. I will go get you another 200. You just gotta give me a day, and I gotta run. I gotta make a run. This is my crazy brain. I'm like, I got money hidden in all type of places. I'm gonna run for the border. I'm going to Mexico and Colombia. This is my thing. So yeah, I try to,
Okay, how'd you pitch it?
Mario Kart still playing.
Just that.
You literally.
Just that. I was
Okay.
like,
I mean, that's
They come in the room.
I was like, guys,
Yeah.
you hate your jobs, your wives are fat.
Damn.
Okay? I open with that. Your wives are
That was
fat.
actually really smart. Yeah, that was probably the best thing you could have said.
It was just one guy in there because they had like three. I think maybe there were four dudes there. And they were walking in and out. They're on their walkie-talkies. Like, if you heard of this guy, John Mitchell. When your name is in the system, it's bouncing around. They're calling Homeland Security. They're calling the DEA. Have you heard of this guy? Nothing. He's got to be connected with the cartel because they saw the kind of money that I had in one place, and they were like, "Oh, he's clearly has a big time coke dealer, heroin."
You just had no idea about it.
No fucking idea.
Why'd you have all your money in one place?
Well, it wasn't all the money in one place, but
It was just a big shit.
yeah,
My
exactly. The money was the one thing that I just didn't trust anybody to hold for me. Not really. You know what I mean? It's a hard thing.
I want to get into the money thing a little bit
Yeah,
after this.
yeah.
Okay, so there's one guy.
So, and he was like the nice guy. You know, you got your asshole and you get your nice guy.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Look, you can just sign quick, you just give a quick confession, and then we will close. And we'll let you go out there and keep dealing, right?" Of course, this is how it works, dude. This is how it works.
Explain why.
When you're out there dealing, you can go just like the cartel. A kingpin in Mexico every now and then has got to feed the government, the rival dealer. It happens at 3 level too. Like, we're gonna kick you loose. We just caught you with an ounce of heroin. We're gonna kick you loose and keep dealing. But every month, motherfucker, we're gonna need something. We're gonna need something.
Oh, so you basically come in for it.
You basically become informed, you become, but you're still dealing. So they're allowing crime to happen. Right? You're not even trying to get a bigger fish, bro. It's all in
You don't care about they need 3 motherfuckers a month, and it's
like
only
podcasting.
feed them.
All that matters is numbers. All that matters is
I
fucking
just saw
numbers,
some
bro.
shit online the other day. Their average salary for an informant is like $80K.
80K, bro.
That's in one state.
You get
Academics
paid?
yeah.
I didn't know you get paid to be an informant.
Oh, yeah.
So why are they still dealing?
Because you have to feel. That's how you stay in touch. You gotta get people.
And inform.
You're doing the work for them.
Yeah.
That's why I'm giving deals to everybody. Everybody's getting free weed. 80K here to snitch.
That's most of most drug dealers, you know? So, yeah, it's pretty foul. And I was like, of course I can't do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the whole time I'm still thinking, like, I'm gonna get back into this. Like, I'm gonna wiggle out of this. So I'm
They
not
don't have any drugs. They
don't
got money. That's all they got.
Yeah.
You know you're not snitching.
Yeah.
You're assuming the people that came are snitching.
No. I assumed they were snitching. I assumed my drivers, my mules were snitching. My brain's going crazy. I was like, who's telling? So, at this point,
Exactly.
until we get the discovery paperwork, how they pop me.
And they pop you just from the UPS shit. Somebody smelled it.
Exactly. And, this iPhones had just come out. So they were able to trace like where I had been. They just plugged this little
The
machine.
cell tower.
Exactly. And I was like, oh boy.
They can't tell exactly where you are. They can just tell
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's
you
very,
know,
very
when you
close.
came back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's towers everywhere. So
Yeah.
it's
If
like,
you try to bribe the officer, what would they get you on? You just have a lot of money.
They would get me on. Well, they got me on money laundering, conspiracy. There was weed in the house, personal weed, but I added up to like a half a pound. They tied that in. Yeah, they tied that in and all that. So they weed charges
as they can,
as much as they can, and then you just knock as many down when you go to court. So I was just like, hey, I mean, it was not this smooth.
Okay,
I'm gonna make myself. My mouth is right. It's like when you're bombing on stage. No saliva in your mouth, you're terrified.
Yeah.
You're like, my life is over.
This version.
I picture a black butt fuck. I don't know why it's gotta be a black guy. This would be. So, I feel like the lights go the gayest first. Really, of course. Black guys, you guys don't do that sex place. If you're born before 1990 and you're black in America, you're like, no gay.
How black kids have like gay fun?
No fart fun, no gay fun.
Why is it talk about fart? You guys are completely missing out. Nah, Eddie Murphy said that in the Delirious. Fuck it.
So I was just like, I was like, there's more of this. Like, I was like, I have a safe deposit box. I can be back in an hour. You just gotta let me go before it closes. It was like 3 p.m. I'll go bring you back another $200,000. That's $550,000. Nobody's here. It's just us four. Take it all. I just need a day.
And you
just gotta let me go.
Why did you stop? Why even leave the country?
Because I'm assuming they're gonna take the money and then still
flip
feed
me out of here.
Yeah, exactly. Still feed me, right? But I was trying to be reasonable with them. I'm like, just let me go. I'm not saying you just take the money and don't charge me. Just give me a head start. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Take $200,000 out, charge me $350,000. I'm not gonna say anything. Give me 24 hours to get the hell out of here. You could say that I ran. Like, you could say whatever you want. That's a good
I'm trying to work with these guys and these fucking dorks. Now, if this had been Philly, if this had been the East Coast, these Irish cops,
they would have pitched it to you.
How fast can you get to Columbus? Parents joined and everybody.
But these fucking Northwest dorks, Portland is the worst city in the fucking country. You know what I mean? So the guy just looks at me and he just flipped. Like, he went from nice guy and he goes, you little fucking piece of shit, and he grabs me and he calls the dudes over and he's like, guess what? Guess what this little motherfucker just insinuated? And they were pissed. Like, I thought they were fucking me up. They really like, they were pissed off about it. Yeah. So I guess the cops think they're doing good for the community, and it's like, it's an insult to, I guess, to a cop. It's great that he would even consider taking my money. But come on, dude. Yeah. It's a shot in the dark. It's a bitch. It's like when you think a girl's into you. You got a
boyfriend? That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna punch me in the mouth. Extra on it because you tried to.
Yeah, it was a bribery charge, which they couldn't prove though. So it's real.
That's our word was recorded. Your word was theirs.
And I had to pay lawyers, so we got that. You were knocked off.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Money. I think this is.
Yeah.
A couple things about money that I think I'm very curious about. There's obviously how much total you made. I'm curious about.
Yeah, I crested $1 million.
A year or
no, just total.
Okay, so that's total. So you hit $1 million. That means you have $1 million cash, or that means you're spending as your.
That included the re-up. But the re-up was only. Re-up wasn't more than like $150,000.
Okay.
Because I'm getting the ticket. I'm getting it for the low.
Yeah.
So I'm really only have to bring the Mexicans 100,000. If I'm buying 50 joints, it's 2 a pop, more or less. Yeah. Right? In the summertime, it's going to be a little higher when supply is lower. But, a lot of that is just fucking cash.
So you're sitting on $1 million at one point. What is your get out number in your head?
Yes.
Dude, it started out with $100,000.
And then it just keeps
like $250.
That's what I said about stand-up. Fuck. Yeah, the more you make, the more.
Yeah. But your overhead is way lower than in this shit. You know what I mean? So it's like, dude, there's no taxes. people are working for me for peanuts. This is during the recession. So I got nice college-educated white dudes, women even, making that drive down there for me, muling my shit back for like $100 a joint. But to them, it's like $5,000 just to do this. This is big money, you know. Like I'm gonna do that. I'm hurting. So, but it's just insane. So 100,000 was like my get out number. Then it went up to 250, and I was like, yo, I looked at the forecast, and I was like, oh, okay, we're going to be at $1 million in no time. Let's just do that, right? But then I had this opportunity to go into business down in Colombia. I mean, I had a lot of business opportunities, but the get out plan was going to be this real estate deal I was going to do in Colombia. So and that was going to cost me about $400,000 or $500,000. So I'm like, I got to make that back. Like, I'm going to invest that, but I want to get
1.5. So you can do that deal and still
I want to be $1 million liquid plus whatever I have in assets. You know what I mean? And that's so good.
I remember you saying you were like a few months away or something.
Yeah.
Being out.
Okay, so where are you hiding your money? You're not just keeping $1 million cash in one place.
You know, I had shit. My parents had a garden, safe deposit boxes. Digging. I'm Mexican now. I am the Mexican now. You know?
So you're digging, you're putting it in the garden.
Yeah.
You have some at your folks' place.
Yep.
Your folks savvy to it a little bit, or
Not to this level. Now, they knew throughout the years I'd be home from college, and my mom would be like, hey, I was cleaning your room, and I found like $50,000 of cash in your backpack, so you're going to have to, you can't stay here. We know you're back dealing drugs, you know. But we still pay for college. You can't stay here for the summertime. You know?
It's about them. They want their kids to not go to college.
Of course. And embarrassment too. Like, that's worse.
Yes, he's so strong, but he got a catch. Wow, man.
So anyway, so I was cash.
It is true, though. That is
My mom found the most up in the crib and almost did something.
that was great.
And this is no knock on like the black community or any like lower class communities. It almost makes drug dealing a little easier. What the fuck? Hear me out.
You guys know he's been in jail. He's so comfortable with casual racism. It's like to be from Portland and then be like, yeah, the blacks are like this in prison.
Professional racism.
But I'm saying if you're from a family of entrenched drug dealers, I'm not saying say you're from Harlem and your uncle's been locked up and your fucking grandfather was locked up.
This is the family business.
And you get locked up, it's horrible. It doesn't make the pain any less, but it's just a little more normalized. So like the embarrassment that a family that's not used to incarcerate family, right? And dude, and like W.E.B. Du Bois talked about that. He's like, that's or his counterpart, that embarrassment, that expectation that white people have is kind of what keeps them in school on the straight and narrow. You know what I mean?
I was talking to a guy that got locked up. He did like 10 years for selling drugs in Boston. He said when he got locked up, when he first walked into the prison, it was as if it was like college orientation, and you were like a sophomore and you saw a freshman from your school come in. They were all like, hey, we were waiting for you.
Yeah, everybody knows
And it was just like the guys on the block, and he was like, oh yeah, welcome to the crew. And so we sit and we eat.
I got a suit for you.
Yeah, literally, they were like, we knew you were gonna be.
Yeah. So that's kind of what I mean by that.
Yeah.
Your parents were embarrassed I did this. Like, the expectation is a real thing.
Expectation is huge.
No, I get that. Because even with the Sweden thing happened, even though I really didn't do something bad to get in that situation, the biggest thing I felt was guilt that I disappointed my mom. That's the biggest thing I felt.
Yeah, but you did something wrong in raising you.
Yeah,
Like,
like,
you busted her ass
yeah.
to like give you all the opportunities. Yeah, that's
Because
a
I'm
fucking
fine.
I was a cool American.
You were their black friend.
So the money's held in your parents, like,
I got safe deposit boxes everywhere.
Okay.
Connected to banks. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
It's
Obviously
still
not.
connected to your name.
Like LLC.
Yeah.
What's the best way to flip it? Like, you obviously see the Breaking Bad shit where they're, you know, like, do you think about starting a business?
Well, listen. I was very young. I was 22, 23 when I started to pop off. So I was just started, and that's really what began like my financial literacy was because I would buy like Rich Dad Poor Dad, How to Invest. I was reading Warren Buffett, Dave Ramsey. I was reading, and I started flipping it from the beginning, from my first 50,000.
How do you think
how to launder your money. Okay, they're monetizing so on YouTube. Crazy. So I would start buying sneakers. Okay, I had 50 grand to move. I would pay some kids to go stand out of the Supreme store, right? And buy 50 grand worth of sneakers. And I would just go put those shits online and sell them. 10 grand loss. You sell them for less than money for 10% off. For 10%, well, it's less than tax.
Explain to people what it costs. But what do they take? They're taking like a third, right?
No, I have no idea. You know, like Scarface is like they were talking about 3 points on your money or whatever. But I actually have no idea. That's the highest level. Even there, like that's a way to get yourself caught. I put millions of dollars into a shell company. It's all right. You take that and buy and clipped, and he's going to talk about your ass. That's the first person they go after.
So financial crimes are easier to I guess, there's more evidence, there's more proof to be we want it to look because we want to make sure that we know where our fucking money is.
Of course.
Yeah, that's the only thing that you can't relinquish any trust, you know, or like any responsibility. It's like, I need to know exactly where the bank account is. I need to know where the, and because of that, there's no separation, there's no barrier.
Dude, I talked to Roger Reeves. He was Pablo Escobar's #1 cocaine pilot, him and Barry Seal. I had him on my podcast. He had like 50 million in Cayman Island bank accounts, and they went and took all of it. Fell swoop. I'm like, it's not going to be me. It's not going to be me. I'd rather make $5 million and just launder it over 10 years, 40, 50 grand at a time.
Yeah.
Because if I'm the IRS, I could conceivably come to you, Andrew, and be like, where did you get the money to buy 100 pairs of sneakers?
Yeah.
But you just get lost. There's no way. It's just too much.
Paying your taxes, though.
Exactly. You pay them off right away. You have bills of sales. The only thing you don't have is bills of purchases, right?
Bills of sales
So
are
when
for the sneakers, right? You don't have proof of making the money.
Yes, exactly.
Will they look at that kind of shit, or
At a low enough level, $100,000, I don't think so. When you ping it around enough, and then you immediately take that 40 grand, you put it into some real estate, right?
You're just making it inconvenient.
Of course. Make it as hard for them as
And I feel
possible.
like if they're getting their pound of flesh, why would they even look into you?
Correct.
I'm like, you're paying up to 40%, like
Exactly. Like it's like you tell on yourself first.
yeah, it's like you got I'm paying you.
I'm paying you. I come to you. I'm not waiting for you to come to me.
Why do you
I'm
pay me?
going to come to me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He also said there's
Things I learned from watching the show and whatever.
that's how he said
You can give a gift up to what, 16?
Yeah, and I didn't know this. I actually did not know this. What's that?
The scene is nothing. You
Yeah.
can gift your wife up to 10 grand. Remember, he tells the CEO that. Yeah, he tells
That's right.
your wife to cheat on you.
the CEO that you can gift your wife up to. Yeah, he goes, "Do you love your wife?" And the CEO's about to beat the CEO.
Dangling him over the building.
Yeah, that's how he starts doing all the taxes.
That's right.
Okay, so break down the gift.
So now it's up to like, what did I say on the episode? $16,000. I had to research that because I did not know that back then. Somebody, if I'm your mom, I can just give you $16,000. You don't have to declare it on my end.
Yeah.
And it's tax free on your end.
Yeah.
So, and actually I did that a few times, like, because I did have an LLC open. I would just give my boys $5 grand each. Here, let's fly to Vegas. Just don't put it all in chips, and then give me the receipts and we'll cash out. And then we go put that back.
Don't put it on the chips.
Yeah, like chips, you know, lose 2,500 of it.
And then we'll go.
And then, exactly, and then give you the bill of sale.
So here's-
on a low level,
You can have 10 friends give you gifts every year.
Exactly.
For 60,000 US dollars. I do that for 16,000. You can give me 16,000, and now my money is
You're allowed
gone.
to receive infinite gifts.
Yeah,
Correct.
tax free.
Correct.
There's no
Tax-free.
limit. There's no one.
You have to basically give them
now if you're tied into if you have a big federal RICO indictment,
Yeah.
they're gonna come lean on those people, right? But you know, I give advice to like middle class. I'm making $1 million a year.
Yeah.
Drug dealers. That's the way you do it. Is you get the fuck out of the game.
Yeah.
You know.
Is there a game now with like weed being legal, pharmaceuticals being so dope?
Yeah.
I almost feel like all drugs are getting squeezed out. Like I mean that for real. Like,
Yeah, it's sad.
Like pharmacy.
It's sad. It's sad.
Middle class drug dealers just get the
It's
product.
so easy, bro. It was
Yeah.
back in the day. day, it was Coke, Heron, and weed. CBS, NBC, ABC. It was a simpler time. Now it's like goofy shit.
Yeah, but it's goofy shit, but it's almost like more. It's like you get a similar high from your parents' fucking what's it called, medicine cabinet, right? Without the risk of having something illegal on you. The weed you just get from the store. Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, being a drug dealer now.
The drug dealers they're into the pills too. They're like,
so they're basically getting the pills and then flipping the pills to people. Got you.
Yeah, and I guess drug dealers are selling perks and
perks.
Valium.
I've also,
I don't know. It's never my game. I never liked small change. I never liked small change writers.
I've heard that like weed has actually become more popular for like small drug dealers now that it's been legalized.
Actually, that's true.
Wait, why is that?
Because the taxes. 80% or 75% of the marijuana market in California is still illegal. It's still in the black market.
So that makes sense, because if you decriminalize it, now I don't have any risk in buying it from a drug dealer. And if I'm a drug dealer, I don't have any risk in selling it because it's decriminalized. And it's never cheaper. These dumb motherfuckers need more drug dealers. You're fucking idiots.
I know. Smoking weed on top of that. So like, if I'm a kid that's like, oh, I don't want to risk smoking weed, but now I'm like, oh, I love weed now that it's legal.
Yeah.
It's better for the consumer. It's worse for the dealer because everybody's dealing now too.
So there's crazy.
Back in my day, I took that risk knowingly because nobody else wanted to take it, more or less. And that's where that feat came in, you know?
Yeah.
Now everybody's selling it. The only way to really get rich as an American drug dealer is to have huge grows. Huge. And then sell it wholesale to a bunch of dispensers.
So the jail was a barrier to entry that allowed you to make it. Most people are not risking it.
Guys like me, like there's no more. There's no more just middlemen, pure middlemen. Never touch the scale. I go take the bricks and just give them to the next guy.
Right.
Because now if I'm a drug wholesaler, a dealer in Philly, New York, I can just go straight to California and make a deal with the grower himself, right? But back in the day, those were secret connections.
Oh, because now that the growers are public.
Exactly. You can Google them.
you call them.
They're all on Snapchat and Instagram. Yeah.
Oh, shit,
Yeah,
because they
it's
have no
nothing.
cost. Or there's no risk for them
There's
to be
no risk.
public.
Bro, they take down these huge grows out in the desert, like Palm Springs area, greenhouses with tens of thousands of plants. They'll raid it like it's a drug raid. Nobody will go to jail. Just write them a ticket. Here you go.
Wow. Are you able to like suss out when someone's playing with drug money? Like,
What do you mean?
like if you had gotten out clean, you would have had this real estate business, you would have been chilling on like a mill, and everyone would have been like, wow, this guy's just like good at business or something. Or if his parents gave him money, whatever, they would have thought something about you. But if I meet someone that has like a small business and they're like making a bunch of money and I don't really get it, I never assume drugs. I always assume like inheritance or their geniuses or Bitcoin or some shit. Are you able to like figure out like, oh no, this person's playing with drug money?
Well, if they're white, I always assume it's an inheritance. You know what I mean?
Of course, exactly.
Financially responsible. You know? No, I don't even know. I don't think like that, right? Like, if somebody's good at legal business, it doesn't matter how they got their drug money, because they would have been good at this shit regardless. You know?
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Wait. Do you really believe that?
Yeah. Now, if
I hear people say that, but I don't buy
he totally would.
it. Wait. What was the question? Just so I got
Jay-Z would be Jay-Z right now.
I think Jay-Z happened to be a really good businessman that also sold drugs. I think there are a lot of people who sell drugs. I think it's a much easier thing to be profitable on because there's much less competition, right?
Jay-Z needed the drug game to give us something. Jay-Z needed the
Open
drug
a
game.
pizza shop, it's like 75 different pizza shops, and they're like, if you're selling cocaine, it's like not that many people are going to take that risk.
Sure. So when you have something simple like a pizzeria, like, of course, having a bunch of drug money helps you expand right away, right?
Right.
But you probably could have done that regardless. But just take it. You know what I mean?
I feel like selling drugs would be helpful for international export-import businesses, even if they're legit. Because it's about building those relationships and making sure there's enough of a moat around those relationships where you can get that product, be it legal or illegal, it can be fucking powerful. But being able to connect that person with this person over here, like what you're doing, right? Building enough connections in fucking a developing country, you can see a country kind of changing around and going, oh, I need to
dealing built a lot of America. Definitely go to Medellin. I mean, it looks like it's crazy. Like it's Miami, Culiacan, Mexico. There's no homeless people. And then Los Angeles absolutely looks worse than Culiacan, Mexico. The only legal industry is tomatoes, and they're farmers. You know what I mean? That's how they learned how to grow weed good back in the day. So, but that money absolutely pays for public work shit. You know, all different kinds of things. But you know, to your point, like I don't know. I think good business people would be that way regardless.
I think it's very possible that there are people that are good at business and happen to fall into drug dealing. And I think it's also possible that there are people who aren't that good at business, but since they're dealing drugs, they're having more success in business. I think that Jay-Z is a specific type who's like, yeah, whatever you're going to do, just going to do it.
And also, Jay-Z didn't take his drug money and start Rockefeller. That was
God. Who was it?
I think Biggs, who ended up getting locked up. So it wasn't even his drug money. It was just his selling drugs that gave him a little bit of you know?
I think you're doing. I was thinking about this. I think you're doing a good job of like embracing a thing that people are interested in, and like what I think a lot of people do is when they want to get into stand-up, but they're known for another thing, they almost like have like a resentment. For I know you've been doing stand-up a while, but they almost have like this resentment for this other thing that they're known for, and it's like and then you funnel a certain, like for me, for earlier my career, I was doing obviously MTV stuff. I had this podcast with Charlamagne the God, and I knew that a certain amount of those people might be interested in my stand-up, and I was so grateful that I could funnel some of them, and then that was able to grow and all these other things. I think it's a smart thing that you don't go, oh, I got you told me to see. This is stand-up comedy. It's like this is an interesting part of your life. You really are passionate about, and it's I think it's smart to funnel, and then hopefully you get 10% of these people to something like it. If you get 10 to 20, 30, 40. Oh yeah, that would be my advice. It's like embrace this.
You gotta take what the game gives you. It's like the drug dealer, right? Like I can't go be a kingpin anymore, but you know the game gave me this. I was born, you know, in an era, in a historical era, in a geographically advantageous place, and it's like I can't be a crack kingpin. And let me just work with what I got, play the cards I'm dealt.
Was there any party that was like, oh, I'm going to try to link up with the Mexicans and Colombians and just work on that to like go higher than middleman shit? Or are you not allowed in because you're not family?
Well, that. But I did have one of them approach me to bring me in on like a big time
because I can see you being beneficial for them. Like, okay, I'm like good at business, white dude that can interface with all these white middlemen in the country, and I speak Spanish. Like,
well, now, if I was still in the game, I'd be at the border because back in the day they would only sell to their people, right? But as I told you, now it's Americans going down to the border and buying wholesale from the cartel. The cartel's retreating back to the safety of Mexico. So I could go down to Tijuana and be like, I will go in on, I got 100 kilos I got to move, right? You've got a couple of mules. I'll split the cost with you, but I'm just going to pay for all these bricks right here, right now.
So you're saying you would go across the border?
Yeah. You get them for 10 grand.
Leverage point is controlling the distribution. It's easier to buy it on this side because the risk has already been taken.
Of course.
You want to take the risk because there's the bread with the risk. Right? The bigger the problem, the bigger the money associated with it. Okay, the risk, bigger the reward. Yeah, so okay, break that down. Now, this is kind of fun. Now, if you were to get in the game, can you talk about it? Okay, now if you get in the game, how do you do it? How do you get it across? How do you save? How do you get a lot of the money?
How much money am I starting with? Just make up a number. Make up a reasonable number. 100,000?
Is that reasonable? I think
100,000? Yeah. So I could, a price at the border with my connections. No, let's back up. If I got 100, I'm going straight to Medellin.
You're not a felon, so you can cross.
Right. I can go anywhere. I got passports. I got a Canadian passport.
Oh.
Bro, I got an easy pass, dog.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so
I'm saying start at zero. Even you have some connections, but you haven't gotten clicked yet. So
okay. So say I got 100 racks. Yep. Okay, so I'm gonna go to Medellin because I'm gonna go to La Oficina, who are the offshoots of the Pablos and Jorge's Medellin cartel. They're the guys who are running it now. So I would say just give me 5 joints. It's 10 grand. 5 joints here. A joint is a kilo. 5 units. Okay. Give me 5 units, and I'm just gonna stick with it. mail.
the unit.
Yeah, that's 10 grand. That's an easy risk. I'm gonna pay somebody to help me, disguise it. Maybe they work at DHL, which is International FedEx, right? And I'm simply going to, and I'll create a fake company, do all that groundwork, and I'm simply going to mail it to the United States.
So, hold on. As simple as just buying it in Colombia. You take the coke. You just mail it to.
Dress it up.
Where would you mail it in the United States?
How do you dress it up?
I would mail it to. I have to think about that. Maybe you mail it to a Colombian neighborhood like Jackson Heights, Queens, right? Yeah, because it's a.
Expectation. Why wouldn't someone in Colombia go to that? Of course. Are they going to look at closely? Is DHL going to look extra closely in any Colombian package?
It will only be customs on that side. It will only be customs and look on the Colombian side.
American customs.
It'll just be the same as any sort of facility package.
This is random marks, right?
Exactly. Down there is virtually impossible because I'm dealing with a bunch of people to get locked. I'm not getting arrested down there. It's not happening. So, maybe I find a product. What's Colombia export a lot of? Coffee, fine. Let's do something a little less hack. Let me tell you about airplanes.
What else they know for?
Yeah.
Furniture. Colombian furniture. Who's buying Colombian
That's
furniture?
like the easiest premise. Coffee.
What are they known for? Fucking Colombian chair.
Fake tits, dude. When it's smuggled in a vicious fake tits.
Yeah.
That idea.
Yeah.
Fit in fake tits. I don't know. We're going to make it really small.
Okay.
Really small. Coffee is that's a whole thing. It's enough to fit in 2 boxes. So let's find a product owned by a company.
Like a Wayfair dresser or something like that.
Exactly. That's just what that really is what we're going for, is exploring furniture. It's just something like that. And then we just go like this. Because when it gets intercepted, I'm going to know because you can track a package from its origin point where you dropped it off.
Where do you send it to so it doesn't have any connection to you?
No, I'd be online back in the day, okay, my weed's in Louisville. It'll be in.
But where do you send it to?
Sorry, go ahead.
Where do you send it to? What address do you send it to? So if it does get clipped, because if it does get clipped, we're probably going to notify somebody and say, listen, there's a guy over here that was trying to send cocaine to this address. You guys should look into it.
Well, usually they'll contact that person. They'll have somebody, if a box gets picked up, say it's coming to you in whatever city, a box gets picked up, they're going to call you from FedEx, an employee will call you, hey, there was a problem with the package. It's coming down to pick it up. It's dicks, So that's probably what would happen, something like that. But if it doesn't get there when it says it's going to be there, it's a dead package, right? So that's how we would do it. But aside from what restricts the source of mailing it, okay, we're going down to Mexico. I'm going to take $100,000 down there. You can drive it in from California. You don't even go through checkpoints. That's how much they're yeah, you can go to Mexico. We don't give a fuck. It's coming back, right? So I would drive $100,000 down there. I'd link up with whoever my connect is, and I would pay him to introduce me to people that can run it across for me.
So you basically tell the connect where the mules.
Yeah,
You said earlier that they basically stop at the border and pick the people up.
But the big guys, if you got $100,000 and you're an American drug dealer, you're not driving that shit across. And they have guys. That's what they do for a living.
So you basically run the same risk. They're going to stop X amount of cars. They don't stop the cars.
Exactly.
Do you pay off a specific border agent?
So I knew a guy, Mexican, who had one friend who worked on the American side. He was a Mexican-American. Worked for the border at the San Ysidro crossing in San Diego. One day a month, the cartel paid him, I want to say $40,000 every month. For one day a month, they would give him a license plate number and he would see it because he was working at the checkpoint stand and we just pass him through. That's it, yeah. So that happens a lot.
And that's not even anything special.
Nothing special. It's nothing super deep.
You only choose a few cars anyway that you can
Exactly.
stop.
And you're a border guard, you make an extra $500,000 a year. Yeah.
Do you think every single border guard is getting paid like that?
Not every single one, but there's a shitload.
Would you say half? I mean, it seems like so insignificant.
So insignificant.
It's one car.
Yeah.
One day a month.
Yeah.
You let it go.
No, it's many cars. He would say, if you had 3 license plates, that's one day a month. Whatever you can get through.
So the other days, you can clip shit.
Of course.
So no one even knows.
Of course.
Right.
Of course. In fact, I'll do you one better, border guard. I will let you know when some mules are bringing some drugs.
And I'll clip them so nobody says anything.
It's that dirty.
So
It's
they're
that
feeding
dirty.
people.
Yeah, they feed people. Yeah.
Do those mules know that they're food?
No, they don't know their food.
Wow.
I hooked up with this chick in Colombia. She had swallowed cocaine before. Bad bitch, right? But poor, you know. So it's either you marry a cartel member, or like, can you fit a half a kilo, like a little tum tum, and walk across, and fly to New York. And she would be like, yeah, there'd be like 10 of us on a plane, but I only knew about one of them. And she was like, yeah, I know the cartel will call up TSA and be like, look out for Maria, Consuela. Yeah. But then the other 8 walk through. Dirty. It's dirty. So yeah, I would not do any of that. That's real. That goes from being businessman, drug dealer to criminal. I would never.
Lives up.
Yeah, exactly. It's snitching. It's ratting. It's despicable. But but paying somebody a fair price for the risk.
Yeah.
You know the risk, baby. And I gotta say, I got 20 kilos that I bought. We're gonna break them up into 4 different cars. 5 kilos.
So if one gets clipped, that's okay. We
Exactly.
get 75%.
Exactly, and that's still profitable. It's still profitable. And I just bought them for 12 grand a piece. So then I'm just breaking. And then what I would do is we're just gonna go stone for stone on that. Maybe sell ounces, just kibbles, and we're just gonna break it up gram, eighth, half ounce at a time. Like if I got 10 kilos across, I'm taking my time. I'm squeezing all the profit out of it. I'm not gonna sell it wholesale. Even though I can sell it for 10 grand, wholesale to a dealer. I'm just gonna bust it down and just sell it out.
Why not just run it back if you have a
because I maximize, because I can either make 10 grand selling it to you wholesale, or I can make almost 100,000. A gram of good blow, 100, like unstepped on blow in LA right now is $100. It's $100,000 off 1,000 grams in CeeLo.
Over a few months.
And I just paid 12 grand for it, so plus whatever my cost was. So.
You can charge even more if they know your stuff is trustworthy because there's so much fentanyl out there.
Oh, exactly. If you have good coke, now is a great time to deal good. That's how I get back in again.
What do you think the answer is to this coke issue and just in general fentanyl? Like what's going wrong and how?
Dove is very concerned.
Thank you, Mitchell Maddow. I appreciate it. But no, there's no solution. Everybody's gonna keep doing it. Hasn't stopped anybody. I mean,
You think legalization would help clean things up a lot?
no, I don't think so. Because Americans don't do shit right ever. Like they tried to legalize and decriminalize shit on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's not like Europe where they're just like have a system in place. Like drugs are legal, but you have to go to like a clinic to do it. And you're homeless? We're gonna immediately get you on the street.
It's like Amsterdam. Where
Yes,
you can,
yes,
do drugs on the
yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to take a break for a second. I got to tell y'all about something near and dear to my heart. Sri Lanka's sweatbox that won't even let women piss when they want to. Basically telling them to sweat it out. They said, listen, you got fluids you need to get out of your body, you might as well sweat it out. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. You know what they're making them sweatshops? They're making underwear in them sweatshops. Not the underwear I wear. No, I would never wear underwear from a Sri Lankan sweatshop. That's making women hold their piss. Okay? I'm telling you, I'm wearing
Man, this thing is long, bro. This is a long ass video. Alright, let me actually try. I couldn't hear nothing, by the way. I was just listening to the podcast the whole time.
Check weapons and gear. We're holding for deployment.
is there no ammo?
Your team is in the safe zone. Dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
Tossing smoke grenade! Throwing Semtex!
Fire sale is active. Buy station turned on.
Enemy movement spotted.
Hostile UAV. Moving here.
Oh my god, I couldn't see him.
To restore your honor.
Oh my god.
Watch your six. Resurgence.
Oh my god, it's so dumb. Oh my god, so stupid, bro. Fucking pussies, but just camping. God damn, bro, that dumbass showed for no reason. Look how they're all fucking just holding hands, bro. That's so annoying. Look at them. Who the fuck is this guy? Oh my god, a whole nother team, bro. Whole nother team, bro. God damn, bro.
Holding for deployment. Take this time to warm up. Enemy dropping into the AO. enough training. Now we face the enemy for real.
They know I'm here, they're hacking.
Your squad mate is redeploying. Well done.
Hostile UAV in this sector. Hostile UAV overhead. Moving here.
Wow, bro.
Your dog tag. Move to resecure it.
Hostile UAV active.
Placing camera.
Hostile UAV in this sector.
Your unit enters the safe zone.
counter UAV.
Be advised, UAV is exiting the
Head to the safe zone now. Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
Wow, bro.
You made this top 25. Nicely
I
done.
didn't even get to use my fucking guns. Look at everybody with one fucking kill.
Your squad mates are in violation. Good work.
Great game.
It's time to practice. You will be deploying. Enemy soldier incoming. Practice is over. The real fight begins now.
God damn, my team is garbage. Damn, and they took my fucking gun.
Back secure. Find your way back. Enemy soldier incoming.
Jesus Christ.
Unit 2-3 visual on the target. Striking. Directed.
Oh my god, bro, we gotta fucking reload.
Hostile dropping into the area.
Jesus fucking Christ. Fucking baby ass clips.
Squad mates is redeployed. Well done. Heads up, this sector.
Why the fuck do I always need to reload, man? Man, whatever, I'm not chasing this fucking pussy, bro.
Friendly airstrike in the AO. Hostile UAV in this sector.
Oh my god. God damn, bro.
Warm up while you can. We will deploy. training is over. Time to see what you have learned.
Run. No, dude, where are the shields, man? All those people that died right there, there's no fucking shields? No way, bro. No way. God damn, this shit fucked up the whole mojo, bro. All those fucking dead bodies, no fucking shields. What the hell? Oh my god, how is there not even a clip? No fucking way. Oh my god, this game fucking sucks. Jesus Christ. God damn, bro. Dude, why you need to reload every fucking gun you pick up? Jesus fucking Christ. God damn, bro, that's so fucking annoying.
Hostiles. Got another.
Enemy dropping into the AO.
Did I open this one? I forgot.
Moving here. Hostile UAV active.
Requesting mortar strike.
Copy your mark. Mortar strike inbound.
Hostile counter UAV is active.
Hostiles dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
What the fuck are they still doing back there?
You have reinforcements inbound.
Oh, this fucker's hella far away.
Your squad mate is redeploying. Well done.
Whatever.
Head to the safe zone now. Enemy soldier incoming. Your squad mate's back on station. Good work. You have reinforcements inbound. Fire sale active. Buy station prices. Struck by an enemy squad. Evade and survive. Enemy dropping into the AO.
Some dirty ass water.
Squad mate is redeploying. Well done.
Friendly counter UAV on station. Hostile UAV in the sector.
Yeehee.
Resurgence is about to end. Make it count. Hostiles dropping into the area. Watch.
Oh my god, that's so fucking annoying. He knows I'm here. I'm leaving. That's the stupidest fucking dumbest shit in the fucking world.
You're safe.
Whatever. When he disappears because he never fucking existed. That was just a fucking bot. He's fucking dead. Fuck.
No more second chances.
Moving.
Wow, bro. Fuck, I hate how silent these motherfuckers are, bro. Motherfuckers is sprinting. They should make noise, you know? Sprinting isn't quiet. Oh my god, I don't even get to fucking play no more. Great fucking game. Jesus Christ, this shit's pissing me off now. This shit was fun for like a day. Then this shit put me in the worst fucking lobbies.
Enemy soldier incoming. Warm-up is over. Stand by for deployment to the war zone.
I think I already did that bullshit.
Enemy dropping into the AO.
This shit dumb as fuck, bro. You see me too. Pussy boy. run through there.
Hostile UAV active.
Soldier incoming.
How does that crack me? Oh my god, that's so fucking annoying, bro. That is so fucking annoying. Shit hurts me through a fucking wall.
Hostiles dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
Hostile counter UAV overhead.
Be advised, part of your team is outside the safe zone.
Fine.
Your squad mates back on station. Good work. Contract complete. Run out of time. Contract is full.
Ah, it's so fun.
Hostile counter UAV is active.
Hee hee. Oh my god, dolphin dive, you fucking idiot! Wait. Yes, sir.
Requesting recon flyover.
Copy that. UAV is on station.
Hostile UAV.
Be advised, UAV is exiting the AO.
advise you move to the safe zone now.
The sword through him already. Jesus Christ. He should have been dead, bro. I hope you feel like coming back. So lame, bro. This game, bro, is so lame, bro. It punishes you for being good, bro. It's so fucking dumb. Like, that shit's just hella boring, bro. Like, if that dude died with me, I would be like, cool. That, alright, that's fair. But no, that has to completely get rid of the fact that this motherfucker got a sword fucking stabbed through him. Dumb as fuck.
Resurgence is about to end. Make it count. Enemy soldier incoming. Your team made it to the safe zone.
Appreciate that.
UAV is online.
You've been designated a most wanted target. Expect contact.
Hostiles in this area.
Hostiles dropping into the area. Watch the
Friendly precision airstrike inbound.
Enemy on the move. Moving to my mark.
Oh shit. Thought I heard people running. Of course. We got the friendly neighborhood fucking dumbass over here, bro.